2026 World Cup starts in less than 3 weeks, and right now, some of the biggest names in football are not on a training pitch. They are in a treatment room, racing the clock, hoping the pain goes away before June. Some of these players have been told they might miss the start, and yet every single one of them is going anyway. These are the injured players heading to the World Cup regardless, and wait until you see number 1. Let's ease you in with a man who has been here before, Ruben Dias. The Manchester City and Portugal centre-back has not played since the start of March 2026 after picking up a hamstring injury. He missed the Carabao Cup final, he missed Portugal's international break fixtures, and heading into the final weeks of the season he was still racing to get back, but Portugal included him in their preliminary World Cup squad anyway, and why wouldn't they? Ruben Dias is one of the best centre-backs on the planet. Roberto Martinez knows that a partially fit Dias walking onto the pitch in the knockout stages is worth more than most fully fit defenders in the world. He is a John Terry type defender who will put his face in front of a shot if he has to. He is expected to be available by the time the tournament starts on June 11th, but Portugal will not be taking any chances with how much they use him early on. Now that is a race against time, but at least Ruben Dias is expected to have a long rest before the tournament begins. The same cannot be said for Jurrien Timber. The Arsenal and Netherlands defender has not played since March 14th, 2026, when he limped out of Arsenal's 2-0 win over Everton with a groin injury. And this week, Netherlands boss Ronald Koeman spoke about his situation publicly. He said Timber is training again to see if he can make the Champions League final and be available for the World Cup, then added words that stopped Dutch fans in their tracks. It does not look rosy at the moment. Those are not the words of a manager who is confident. If he makes it before the end of the group stage, it will be one of the great injury comebacks of the tournament. If he does not, the Netherlands lose a player they cannot truly replace, from a defender who might just make it to a midfielder who absolutely do anything to make it. Luka Modric. At 40 years old, the Croatian legend suffered a complex fracture of his left cheekbone after a head-to-head collision with Juventus midfielder Manuel Locatelli during AC Milan's goalless draw with Juventus on April 27th. The surgery performed at the La Madonnina clinic in Milan was described as successful, but AC Milan confirmed that the fracture was multifragmentary, meaning it was not a simple break. He missed the rest of Milan's season, but Croatia coach Zlatko Dalic wasted no time. He said he was convinced Modric would do everything to be ready for the World Cup and that the team would provide every resource available to him. And of course they would. Modric is Croatia. He made them a finalist in 2018. He dragged them to 3rd place in 2022. He is 40 years old and still somehow the player everyone in that squad looks to. Croatia opened their World Cup campaign and Modric, cheekbone surgery and all, is going to be there. On the other side of the world, a completely different injury panic was unfolding. Neymar. The man was named in Brazil's World Cup squad by Carlo Ancelotti on May 18th, 2026. He broke down in tears when he heard his name called, his first Brazil call-up since October 2023, a return to the Seleção after years away battling a serious ACL injury suffered in 2023, and then a difficult stint at Al Hilal. He got back to Santos, worked his way back, played 10 of their last 13 matches, completed 90 minutes 7 times. Ancelotti picked him, and then 2 days later, Santos confirmed Neymar had picked up a 2mm edema in his right calf. He missed the Copa Sudamericana match against San Lorenzo. Brazil's coaching staff were monitoring every single step. But Santos medical chief Rodrigo Zogaib confirmed on May 20th that the injury was minor and that Neymar was expected to be fully fit to join the Brazil camp on May 27th. With 79 international goals and likely his last World Cup ahead of him, nothing was going to keep this man home, not even his own body. From Brazil to Morocco, Achraf Hakimi is being missed by both club and country. The PSG right-back suffered a muscle injury in his right thigh during the final minutes of PSG's Champions League semi-final first leg against Bayern Munich on April 28th. PSG won the tie 5-4 on aggregate, but Hakimi had to play through discomfort until the final whistle because no replacement was available. He was then ruled out of the second leg and faced a race to be fit for the Champions League final against Arsenal on May 30th. Morocco's World Cup opener against Brazil on June 13th comes just 2 weeks after that. Morocco U23 coach Mohamed Wabi addressed the situation this week and said all injured players can recover, but that the focus is on giving them sufficient time and ensuring 100% physical readiness. Hakimi is not just Morocco's best player, he is their captain, their symbol, their heartbeat. He is going to the World Cup. The only question is whether he arrives fully fit or slightly undercooked. Over in Spain, one injury crisis had barely settled before another one hit. Spain's coach Luis de la Fuente was already dealing with Lamine Yamal's hamstring recovery when Nico Williams limped off in the 36th minute of Athletic Club's 1-0 defeat to Valencia on May 10th. His brother, Inaki Williams, who replaced him, spoke to DAZN after the game and did not try to hide the concern. He said Nico had never felt that kind of pain before. Medical tests on the Monday diagnosed a grade 1 hamstring injury in his left leg, ruling him out for approximately 3 to 4 weeks. De la Fuente moved quickly to reassure everyone, saying the injury was manageable and that if Williams was not ready for the first game, he would be ready for the second. Spain faced Cape Verde on June 15th, Saudi Arabia on June 21st, and Uruguay to close the group. De la Fuente has already said he was willing to wait for Williams even if it meant missing the first 2 games. With Yamal also injured, Spain need Nico Williams at this World Cup more than ever. And speaking of Lamine Yamal, he tore his hamstring in his left leg on April 22nd during Barcelona's 1-0 win over Celta Vigo. He felt it after taking a penalty. The Athletic reported this week that Yamal will definitely miss Spain's World Cup opener against Cape Verde and is a major doubt for the second match against Saudi Arabia on June 21st. The most optimistic view is that he could feature in the final group game against Uruguay. De la Fuente said his focus is on managing Yamal carefully to make sure he peaks at the right moment in the tournament, and Spain fans will remember what happened at the 2010 World Cup when Andres Iniesta was nursed through the group stage with a hamstring problem and then scored the winning goal in the final. History has a way of repeating itself. Next up is Arda Güler. The 21-year-old Real Madrid attacking midfielder limped off in the 58th minute of Madrid's 2-0 win over Alaves on April 21st. 2 days later, Real Madrid confirmed the worst, a serious hamstring injury. His season at club level was over. Turkey went into immediate panic mode. They are returning to the tournament for the first time since 2002, and the man they are counting on had just been ruled out for the rest of the club season. But Turkish sources confirmed this week that Güler is expected to be fully recovered by early June, and the national team's medical staff have given the green light for him to join the squad. Turkey face USA, Paraguay and Australia in Group F. With Güler fit and firing, they have a real shot at making the knockout stages for the first time in 24 years. And finally, the one that hurts the most to talk about. Alphonso Davies. Davies returned from an ACL injury that kept him out for 262 days, only to suffer a hamstring strain in Bayern Munich's Champions League semi-final against PSG that put him out for an estimated 5 to 6 weeks. Canada announced their World Cup squad on May 29th, and Davies was included, but Bild reported in Germany that the injury technically requires 6 weeks of rehabilitation, and clubs are obligated to release players in 3 weeks. Canada opened their World Cup campaign against Bosnia and Herzegovina on June 12th at BMO Field in Toronto. Now, he faces a race against time, playing in front of your home crowd in your home country at your first World Cup as hosts. There is no chance Alphonso Davies is missing that, whatever it takes. Which of these players are you most desperate to see make it fit? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video from us. Catch you in the next one. Bye.